Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. Much like your neighbor leaves their Christmas lights up too long and just doesn't feel like taking them down. You know, we'll get there. We'll get there. I am the man they know as Z, and we are brought to you today by my two compatriots here. We'll have some fun things to go over today, but my first partner here is Scott Keebler as he drags Noob-Noob through the lights.
As far as I'm concerned, 2020 can lick my balls.
Wow. You picked up smoking.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Somebody picked pretty much smoking and heavy drinking, and it's several days.
I think I'm going to pick smoking up again. Heavy drinking is going to become heavier drinking, and this year can suck my ass because it's been off to a fantastic fucking start. But hey, if you are still with us and you're here with us for the new year, be sure to go over to the YouTube, hit the subscribe and the like buttons, and join with us over there. Just search Our Reviews Will Kill You, because the algorithms,
those mean old algorithms
for the new year, are off to a great start.
They're super mean to us. And make sure you share with your friends. It helps the show every time you do, and comment and all that other good jazz. So we appreciate that very much. And then we have the, the guy who just really likes those gorilla balls. We'll just rename him Noob-Noob Gorilla Balls Noob. It's Noob-Noob.
I like balls? I don't know. Do I like balls?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Did you show the camera your new friend? He's looking at you instead of looking at.
Let's go right up in here. Right up in the grundle.
In the grundle.
Nope.
Right in the grundle area.
Some
it's like size accurate for me too.
Monkey.
Surprisingly.
Here.
My God.
Why is he just gonna be staring at you? Oh, there he goes, sitting on your shoulder.
There's no way he's gonna stay there.
There is a friendly gorilla.
Much like me, he's a shower, not a grower. No, he's a grower, not a shower. Oh, is that in there?
He's neither growing nor showing.
Nope.
If you could see on camera, I have Star Wars figures and I have Godzilla figures, and Noob-Noob just has
an ape trying to fuck my face.
Has anatomically correct ape dolls that he plays with that are just strapped to him from here till now. So what's on today's?
Nope, shit. King Kong fell off the building.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so the David Ayer is the good suicide director is trying to bash the bad suicide director.
Really?
That's not accurate at all. But he says stuff about Suicide Squad and James Gunn.
James Gum?
Gums. Yes, the Gums.
Gummy.
Apparently, there can't be just male fight clubs anymore, because now females need to scissor fight too.
This is called Woke Club?
It's called Scissorcest.
Scissor
Fest 2019. Oh wait, we're in 2020. I forgot. Okay. It's called Chick Fight, by the way. So Kevin Spacey has killed off his accusers and released sexually aggressive new videos. Zak Efron is literally trying to commit suicide. Amanda Bynes gave up, and Lindsay Lohan is alive.
She's returning.
I didn't know she was alive.
Coming back into the fold.
Yeah. And then we review stuff on Netflix. Well, no, two things are on Netflix. The Witcher, the good one on Netflix. Then Don't Fuck with Cats, the very bad thing on Netflix. Yeah.
It's the bad place.
And then The Mandalorian ended, so that was Baby Yoda fun.
It's full of Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
it's not Baby Yoda. He's come out and he's yelling at people for calling it Baby Yoda.
But he's Baby Yoda.
It's the child, right?
It's the child. But we'll get into that.
Baby Yoda.
We'll get into all those details and more once we start with the news.
Yeah, one of the great things for 2020 this year is my laptop and soundboard and everything else took a crap, so we're going to be missing them today. We do have a couple audio drops for you still, but the audio sounds and the voices and all the other fun stuff you have gotten used to hearing are not here. Oh, I still got voices.
Don't you worry about that.
Oh, boy.
But,
it's news!
Good news, everyone!
Yeah.
Good news, everyone.
Scott needs some good news, honestly, because if 2020 keeps going the way it's going, he's going to start beating women like he beats his laptop.
2020 keeps going the way it's going, I'm going to be joining Zak Efron, hanging myself in the closet. I'm not going to be playing with myself.
No, he just went to like New Guinea and got tickle shits or something.
So what's the first?
So the first story is Suicide Squad news, because I don't know why we're really talking about Suicide Squad. It's not even out yet for a while. So
But David Ayer keeps
David
coming out
Ayer
and talking about it.
Well, that's like the new thing. Every old DC director is like, I'm just going to release tidbits every week to make my shit relevant.
I think he's trying to get another job and prove, like, hey, I made a movie, and that movie made money, and, I know they're kind of rebooting it, but, hey, I'm still here.
Well, initially it was supposed to be a sequel.
Because it made a lot of money, right, Suicide Squad?
$750 million or something like that worldwide?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Why would
decent.
they give him such a load of crap about it?
I don't know, because it was terrible.
I thought you loved it.
I liked it. I didn't love it. But the main thing was the Enchantress, which, hold on. The timeline thing is what he originally tweeted about, saying it's not a sequel, it's a total reinvention. Even though they're using
It's the same characters.
Some of the same characters, but it's a reboot. They're not the same character timeline.
Is Will Smith in it?
No.
Just say it's a different universe. That's
It's
all
a
you have to
different-
do.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do anymore. You don't have to be like reboots or anything else. Be like, look, that was Earth 5. Now we're gonna go to Earth 27.
So it's Margot Robbie playing Harley Quinn, but she's not playing the Harley Quinn of the old Suicide Squad.
And not the Harley Quinn of the fantabulous emancipation of
So
Harley
that one
Quinn.
I honestly don't know. That
Birds of
might
Prey.
no, because that one's the sequel to Suicide Squad.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
It's not.
The director came out and said the same thing, that movie,
he's not connecting
nothing
that
is
to
a
Suicide
sequel to
Squad
nothing.
either.
We're just making
None of these are
sequels.
connected.
None of them are connected.
same
We're just going to
actress.
keep using the same actors, the same characters,
Yes.
and just keep making different universe
That
stories.
sounds like a really good plan for DC, where they just keep making stuff and have no direction whatsoever.
That seems to be what they did in the first place, so they'll just keep doing it. And
They
it
tried.
didn't work last time. It's not going to work now.
The only reason why it didn't work was because they got scared of the critic reviews, and we'll get into a whole debate about that later. For Batman versus Superman, like the critics hated it, so even though it made a boatload of money, and
Even
they
though
got nervous.
When looking back, that was the best movie of the whole thing.
And then the Justice League comes through, yes, because Justice League sucks
And then everyone was like, "Oh my God, Batman vs Superman was actually really good."
compared
It was
to
always
Justice
really
League.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, they just didn't realize it
A
until
lot
they
of
saw
people
how
hate that
shitty
movie.
it could get.
That's almost like almost like The Last Jedi. People really don't
Yeah,
like.
but Last Jedi actually
The only
sucks.
reason people don't like that movie is because Martha was the name that brought them together.
Even though
that
that's
was,
been-
the rest of the movie was great. It was everyone's pissed off that like, oh wait, your mom's name is Martha too. I'm gonna stop killing you now.
And that's been in the comic books for like 100 years.
And that was everyone's complaint was only that.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I don't know. Are you excited for this new James Gunn Suicide Squad? I'll only be excited if they kill Butthole Eyes.
There's
if they
nothing-
kill Butthole
They're definitely
Eyes,
going to kill Poopy Butthole Eyes.
You think they're going to kill
one-
Poopy
which
Butthole Eyes?
Which one's Bubby Poopy Butthole? What?
Bumpy
Bubby
Bumper.
Bubby
Pete
Rubber
Davidson?
Baby Buggy Bubbers.
Pete Davidson,
Who put it in Ariana Grande for like a week?
and put it in Kate
Beckinsale.
So wait, what
Dude,
did
I
he
don't
do?
understand.
needs to die.
Who was he?
He's
on
from
SNL.
Yeah. I know who he is, but who did he play in Suicide Squad? Or is he going to be playing somebody?
Going to be somebody in
Yeah, I'm not
Suicide
watching
Squad. Well, yeah, but don't you want to see his head blow up? He's the guy who was yelling at all the college kids like, "You're a bunch of losers."
Yeah, that's that guy. Yeah, no one gives a shit about him.
And he's been laying, as John Boyega would say, he's been laying pipe in some hot ladies.
I mean, yeah,
That
good
doesn't
for
make
him.
any sense to me.
John Boyega got in big trouble for he said it's not about who kisses Ray, it's about who lays the pipe.
Oh, really?
And the fans went nuts. They're like, "How dare you say that about our precious Daisy Ridley?" And he's like, Daisy Ridley is an actress, and she would realize that that's a joke about Ray, the character, that she is not that character. So get a life, people.
Apparently, he's done a couple things that have pissed people off. I know
He's
that's just one
all
of them.
about it. I think it's kind of hilarious.
It's funny as hell.
It's not about, because he was saying that, not to spoil anything, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He just said that his character Finn was going to lay some pipe with Rey, and that was
Or
offensive to
does
people.
John Boyega, really want to just fuck Daisy Ridley in the ass?
Whoa, that's aggressive.
That was a little aggressive. You could have actually worded that a lot better.
I could have.
Probably should apologize for that.
Does
No.
John Boyega want to make sweet, sweet love to Daisy Ridley?
Or
See?
Poe?
You could say it much nicer.
Or Poe. Yeah.
Or Poe.
That was supposed to be a character storyline.
According to you?
I read it
In your
somewhere.
fan fiction?
I read it somewhere. Poe and Finn.
That sounds like Noob-Noob fan
They were gonna
fiction.
touch
That
swords
does.
eventually.
That's new fan fiction. I like that.
I think that was I'd read a book on it.
That's the Star Wars offshoot of the greatest story ever told.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the Suicide Squad real quick. They actually, David Ayer released a tidbit that actually made the Enchantress and the story useful.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. It was supposed to connect to Justice League.
How?
Enchantress was dancing and creating that dumb whatever world-ending
Super
machine.
portal? Uh-huh.
Yeah. What it was supposed to be was a boom tube.
She was supposed to be dancing up a boom tube. Dancing up
Yeah.
a boom tube.
She was supposed to be creating a boom tube, and Steppenwolf was supposed to come through at the end.
That would have been cool, but
Yeah. That would have made sense at least.
yeah.
Instead,
Although
I
it
don't
would
know what
also
they
be
did.
like, why did you send the Suicide Squad to go fight Steppenwolf? Because a 120-pound girl with a bat can do anything against Steppenwolf.
I think he was supposed to be like the very last end, like the boom tube. Like it shows that he made it through the boom tube before it was destroyed. or
Noob-Noob,
something.
I think your Star Wars spinoff actually has some traction here.
I told you.
I know. You look at some of the things that happened over the last decade. Now that we're in the new decade, technically we're not. 2021 won't be the new decade, but we're not going to get into that.
Okay.
There was a study over at the Williams Institute at UCLA. It was done between 2002 to 2014. It learned that homosexual men are least likely to break up amongst couples,
Okay.
whereas lesbian couples were more likely to break up amongst any other couples, and heterosexual couples landed somewhere in between.
Wow.
So basically what we get from that story is, ladies, you are the problem.
Coming from a true man. So,
True man.
speaking of lady love, there's actually going to be a new movie with ladies fighting each other in sexual aggression manner. I don't know if that part's true, but they're going to fight each other because it's basically female fight club.
God, I've got so many sound bites for this.
It's called Chick Fight. Yeah. Chick Fight.
So many fighting sounds and punches and screams and kung fu noise
Just have
effects.
to use the theater of the mind.
Two
But
women's playing tennis, just
it
grunting at
broke.
each other.
So, who thought this was a good idea?
Well, it's not supposed to be a serious movie like Fight Club. It's produced by Malin
It's supposed
Ackerman.
to be comedy?
Action comedy. Yeah.
Action comedy.
Produced by Malin Ackerman and starring Bella Thorne.
So, from what I understand, is Bella Thorne only stars in directing porn now?
Yes.
Like what? So, where's the connection of real
This
acting?
is a backdoor pilot to a porn movie.
Is it?
Yeah, no.
Is this really a problem? I mean, so they're making a female fight club. Who cares? The only reason you have an issue with it is because you didn't have to fight for your right to vote 100 years ago.
Oh boy.
300 years ago.
Is that a black joke?
No, that's a women's joke.
He's talking about women's
Talking about-
suffragettes.
Yeah, suffragette. Suffragee.
Suffragage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Suffering.
You
So
know that
you like
amendment.
women suffering.
So
is what you're saying.
so they're gonna make an all-female movie. Good for them. And if it sucks, it sucks. We'll say it sucks when it sucks. But if it doesn't suck, then it's a good movie. Good for them. Why is this a problem? Why are people mad that they're making an all-female fight club?
I
don't know that anybody's
I don't
mad
think anyone's
about
mad.
it. I
It's
It's
think
all
they're
over
just-
the news. People are bitching
laughing.
about left and right.
Oh, I only got the part where people were laughing that it would be serious on any level because Bella Thorne hasn't been in.
Anything good or anything
She's been
at all?
in a serious movie. Can you name one thing she's been in?
I don't even know what she's been in.
Do you
at
even
all.
know what she looks like?
No.
No, she's
I have
just a girl.
no
I don't
clue.
know.
Is she blonde?
No,
She's
Then
been a
no,
whole
I
lot
have
of
no
different
clue.
I
colors.
don't know
she
what
is.
she is.
She, I think, naturally is blonde, but now she has pink
think?
hair or something. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
She was in the pilot for the MTV Scream series.
Is she dating like
don't know.
some, or she was dating some YouTube chick and then she dates some guys too? I don't know. She's
dude.
all over the place.
Yeah, she directs porn. That's why she's basically going to try to turn this into a porno.
I feel like Malin Ackerman.
I mean, it would get more views that way.
It would, but what if it's like that female fighting where it's like they start fighting and then just start taking their clothes off and then just turns into sex?
I mean, I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. I'm going to Pee Wee Herman that movie theater. I mean,
Okay, wow, that's sexual harassment right there.
not when you're only harassing yourself.
Well, that's true. I created a really good segue and then you ruined it because I was like, speaking of sexual harassment, Kevin Spacey is back in the news because he doesn't want to go away around Christmas.
He drops this on Christmas Eve apparently. But let's go ahead and play.
From what I heard, I could be wrong. It's 8 hours after one of the alleged victims of his sexual harassment died or committed suicide or something. I mean, it's all very strange.
Disappeared,
heart attack.
Epsteined himself.
He died of a broken heart or something.
That's
I don't know.
two accusers of his who've died. So let's hear
what he has to say.
Frankish Underwood.
That's him playing in the fire.
You didn't really think I was going to miss the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas, did you? It's been a pretty good year, and I'm grateful to have my health back. And in light of that, I've made some changes in my life, and I'd like to invite you to join me. As we walk into 2020, I want to cast my vote for more good in this world. Ah, yes, I know what you're thinking. Can he be serious? I'm dead serious. And it's not that hard, trust me. The next time someone does something you don't like, you can go on the attack, but you can also hold your fire and do the unexpected. You can kill them with kindness.
What? Is that all he had to say?
With the eerie music at the end?
He really did.
Yeah,
I
didn't add that. That's the video. That's actually in the video. I did not add that. I can't. I don't have a fucking soundboard. But that's in the video. At the end, he says, kill them with kindness. Kindness. And then nice little pause and dun, 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 dun.
That's so weird.
That's so weird. I could actually take that into a court and be like, here's evidence that he killed him.
What is, I guess he just doesn't know what to do with himself.
Well, because no one's going to hire him because he keeps diddling everybody.
He's also caught in his
never
character.
Been convicted. No one ever convicted him of any of these crimes.
And they can't. They keep dying.
Well,
yeah, he's clearly conspiring against murdering all of his accusers.
So you're saying that he actually is his character.
Two of them have
House
died.
Of Cards.
Yes.
Frank Underwood.
Apparently, that's what he keeps showing up as.
But he's like not close. He's not the exact character. He's like a little different. So I guess they can't sue him.
A rapey version of him.
A rapier version of Frank Underwood. I didn't think that was possible.
He was kind of rapey in that show, wasn't he? I stopped watching.
I stopped watching.
Like season 4?
No,
I just
like
never
season
watched.
2.
Oh.
After he like threw that one girl
in the bus.
Spoiler alert.
Into the bus.
In front of the bus.
Yeah. Katie Mara.
Yes.
She was.
He said, "Get away from me, you woman! I don't like women."
I think he fucked her first, right? They had sex.
Yes, he took pictures.
They had the relations.
Yes, they had the relations.
She tried to blackmail him, and then she's like, "Yeah, train."
Yeah, train in your face.
Who meets in a alleyway, or no, not an alley, like a subway station? Like, what do you think? He's not going to throw you in front of a train?
I don't know. I've never had someone try to throw me in front of a train.
No.
I don't know. That's not really. I don't know.
Well.
I mean,
that was creepy.
There's some train tracks close by. We can head out and see what happens.
Would you like to go meet by a train station?
Noob-Noob. Let's go. Noob-Noob. We're gonna go over that train station down the road there.
I don't like trains.
And see what happens.
No, I don't.
You don't like getting a train run on you?
Well, that is a good kind of train.
Whenever I'm involved in a train like that, I like to be the caboose. Because
is that the one receiving?
You're bringing up the rear.
Because I want to know who went before me.
So you're not the one just receiving all the other cars.
No. You don't know how a train works, do you?
I don't. No. Does it go choo choo?
Yes, it does.
Okay. There's some chewing.
There's plenty of chewing.
Is it like Human Centipede?
Yes.
There's parts like that.
Kind of.
Makes sense.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Who's the conductor?
It's more like an inchworm, actually.
That depends who the conductor is. That's a.
It's less of a centipede, more of an inchworm.
Oh,
just kind of
trying to tell us some size issues here, Scott.
Creeping along there.
Okay.
So, all right, we're done. Are we done being creeped out by Frank Underwood / Kevin Spacey?
I'm gonna close that window. We'll move on to the next one.
Yeah. So Zak Efron is apparently crying for help
What is wrong with this man?
He has a show.
He's a handsome man.
He does.
With a handsome girlfriend.
Yeah.
What's her name? Daddario?
Alexandra Daddario.
Only one of the top 5 most beautiful women on earth right now, as far as actresses are concerned, right?
Probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We could make an argument
Who is
for
Zak
that.
Efron again?
She cute.
The dude from High School Musical / Baywatch / not much else.
I don't know if she's like panda level cute, but like I don't know.
She's got a little. Dude, she only did like the #1 naked sex scene on like MrSkin.com ever.
The fucking True Detective one?
Yes.
She didn't even
It's
look
still
that
considered
great on
like
that.
#1. What?
Like she doesn't look. She was kind of like a trash hoe in. She was a trash
she
panda
wasn't.
in True Detective.
How?
What do you mean? Wasn't she like a?
No, she worked. She worked for the court system. She was like an attorney or something.
She wasn't an attorney. She lived in like a motel or some shit.
Oh, wait, who's
No,
this?
she did not. Did you see True Detective?
Alexandra Daddario?
Yeah.
God, I love her.
Right? She's very attractive.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
she is.
So if you
That scene from True Detective is my screensaver.
yeah, so
It's
if you were
amazing.
dating that girl,
Dude,
right?
I don't know if I
Would
could.
you go to New Guinea for 6 months?
No, I would just
Papua New
sit
Guinea?
there and stare.
Papua
I would just sit there and stare at her eyes. I wouldn't do anything else.
She just
Yeah,
had piercingly
That's
blue
all I would
eyes.
do all the time. I would never leave. I would do like just sit at the table and let me stare at your eyes because that's all I ever want to do.
So why, if you're Zak Efron, would you run into the Amazon or New Guinea or wherever and make a
Contract
show
the-
called Killing Zak Efron, upon which you contract a deadly virus
The
and
New
have to be
Guinea-
airlifted back to civilization so you don't die?
Yeah.
One word: ratings.
It's like for a
Why would
mobile
it-
network.
he
It's not
has
even like a
more-
mainstream
yeah,
network.
it's not even a mainstream network.
Oh.
There's another word
Well
for
then,
this.
idiot.
But we don't have.
Suicide?
Well, maybe it's Can't Catch Me Gay Thoughts.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely running from those.
He's definitely running from those. There's no explanation for this other than he's running from his gay thoughts.
Sure.
Why else on earth would
Because
you leave that woman's side?
because somebody said, "Here's a great idea," and he was dumb enough to say yes.
That there's no way on earth anyone thinks that's a great idea.
No.
He's not a biologist.
No.
If he was a biologist, I'd be like, oh, well, that makes sense. You're going to go do whatever. The show's called Killing Zak Efron. Why does that sound like a good idea? It sounds like somebody who needs help.
If someone gave me like the title like Killing Scott Keebler, I'd be like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. But if somebody gave me the idea Killing Noob-Noob, I'd be
Of
like,
course.
actually, I really like the sound of that. I think we should go with it.
You do remember that he was a coke addict to the point where they had
What,
to
Noob-Noob?
wire his jaw shut.
What, Noob-Noob?
Well,
When
Noob-Noob
did
got
this
his
happen?
jaw wired shut for different reasons.
Oh, yes.
Too much dick.
He went beyond his means.
He went beyond. He's trying
got-
to stretch it like a
He
snake, and it
definitely-
just
yeah.
went
He-
pop.
And that lockjaw happened at the same time, and it just snapped it right off.
Oh, wow.
But no, Zak Efron literally had to have his jaw wired shut.
because he was snorting too much cane through his mouth.
I don't know. There's something to that story that
Kinda
never
weird.
really leaked that we're still not getting the true story of.
What's that animal with the really long mouth that like sucks things up? That not a mongoose.
An anteater?
Anteater. Yeah, was he like an anteater with cocaine? Like,
I don't know.
is
I
that what he
wasn't
did?
there.
No, that
These
just doesn't make
all-
any sense to wire your jaw shut for cocaine.
Or perhaps an aardvark?
Maybe he broke his jaw, like he fell down from being too high.
From
I
being
don't
high.
know.
Who knows?
How would I know?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's... Yeah, I'm going to
All I know is this dude has like a very attractive girl, and he's like, I'm gonna leave for 6 months.
This is
so I can go
essentially
get dead.
what happened. Alexandra was like, "Hey, Zach, let's have sex," and he's like, "Hold my beer while I go get New Guinea tickle shits."
Hold my beer while I get the new Papua New Guinea tickle shits.
Yeah, it's like I can't fuck you while I'm shitting my brains out to death. All right, bye,
Sorry,
Alex.
bye now. Yeah,
So,
that's for
yeah.
sure.
You know who he might want to have sex with? Because she's like kind of transitioning. Amanda Bynes.
Transitioning. Oh, you mean transitioning in that way?
Yeah,
I thought you meant
into-
transitioning from this earth into
A
Insanityville.
face tattooed female bull. I don't know what she wants to be. Like,
Did you see this picture, Scott?
No, I have not seen this picture.
you do have my computer in front of you.
Oh, that's because my computer no longer works.
That's
But you have a picture of. You have to see this.
No, I cleaned out everything he was doing so I could have,
well, that's hurtful.
my
Okay,
windows
so
up.
we want you to Google Amanda Bynes.
Face tattoo.
face-
You
tattoo.
can do this at home as well. Google Amanda
Bynes.
Bynes face
tattoo.
Oh, look, it comes up in searches
That's right.
automatically.
And then
And
you'll
we'll
be
go to
like,
images,
huh?
and we're gonna be like, she has the worst septum piercing of all time.
Yeah.
That's
It looks like a gear sprocket. Actually,
she's
It's-
trying to be a human bull.
And then a 5-year-old tattoo artist.
it is.
drew-
It's a prison tattoo heart on her cheek,
Right in the middle of her
right in the
cheek.
middle of her cheek. Like
It's not like
it's not
it's
even
like-
like in a good place.
No.
It's like a bullseye for, certain things.
It's kind of like a cross between a really bad thigh tattoo.
And here's the headline: Amanda Bynes shows off new face tattoo weeks after leaving sober living facility.
Whoa, yeah. She's
That's
still sober when she got
Definitely
that.
screwed you up. 33 years old. Returned to Instagram Monday night with a photo showing a heart-shaped tattoo on her
Poor
cheek.
girl. I just
With only an alien emoji as a caption. There was no caption explain anything. It was just an alien emoji.
maybe she is good friends with Lil Wayne, and she wants to get her face tattooed.
Oh, that
like Lil
septum
Wayne.
piercing is also new, by the way.
Oh,
So
is it?
yeah, that's what I'm reading here.
Oh,
So yeah, so she put a gear sprocket in her nose, and
This poor girl.
She
Good Lord.
had her prison mate tattoo her face.
So much potential.
I
potential.
Yes.
I
Seems
mean,
cute.
It's so the other thing in here is no one's sure if it's a real tattoo or a temporary.
It
Probably a
looks
real
pretty
tattoo.
real though. From someone who has tattoos, and Sky, you have tattoos. That looks like a real tattoo, right?
I don't know. That could also just be like Sharpie.
Well, let's go. Let me ask you top 3 worst tattoos.
So if that was a real tattoo, there probably would be a little more red around the area. I mean, that could have easily been like a niece or nephew or something just drawing a heart on her
I don't
face.
think so.
Looking at where it
look
is.
at where it bends though. If you see there's like a part that bends around the cheek, it looks like it's actually in there, not just a marker.
I don't know. I'm zoomed in on it, and I'm still looking at her stupid septum piercing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have more on this story.
I mean,
as
regardless
she
whether or
gets
not that's a
more.
real tattoo, that septum is a huge fucking mistake.
Yeah, but that you can remove.
Yeah.
The face tattoo's not going anywhere.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can remove it. It just takes a lot more money and time and pain.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she likes pain. Or she's in pain. Maybe
Yeah,
a little
either
bit of both.
one. Is she worse off than Lindsay Lohan though? That's debate. Well, probably.
Well, I mean, Lindsay Lohan's show got canceled.
It did. But her New Year's resolution? Coming back to America.
Coming to America.
That's a Bruce Springsteen song, isn't it?
Wait, we couldn't get rid of her?
No.
Well, she was in Greece or Mykonos or something like that.
Mykonos,
Somewhere
Mykonos?
trying to open a bar that failed.
Yeah, that didn't work
Beach
out so
Party
well.
Club or some shit.
Lohan's beach party. How did she have money to do this? Did she just show up one day to the beach and was like, this shack is empty. I'm going to put my name on it and call it a beach club
Didn't
and
she,
then
like,
never open it.
Fucking Al Qaeda leader in Israel for money
Maybe
or something
she-
like that.
Oh, didn't we have news clips of her before trying to abduct children?
She was
Yeah.
she was chasing around children and she was chasing a family thing and like trying to steal the children from this lady, and then the lady punched her in the face.
Yes, she was trying to steal those children.
She was like, "These poor children, I can't do this. I don't get it.
Well-
come with me. Come with me."
Maybe
Nah.
she's had such little success abducting children, like overseas, that she's coming to America to abduct children. She's kind of like Baba Yaga, or
Baba Yaga.
you know.
I was trying to
One
find that.
day we're going to talk about the folk story of, but tell your children avoid the Lindsay Lohan.
I was
She will
trying to
abduct
find that
children.
song, and all I'm getting are just clips from the Coming to America movie.
Yeah, that's where the song's from.
Oh,
I feel like it was just made up for that.
I just can't.
The
Probably
Eddie Murphy.
It might have been because I can't find this song.
And she's coming back to do some family time. She's going to manage her sister Allie into success because she managed herself into success so much
She
better.
managed so much success.
Yeah, her drooping titties.
Jesus. How dare you? Does she
this
have
is not
tattoos?
the song.
This is not coming to America.
No. Is it? Might be. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Might
Yeah,
be.
no, this is They're Coming to America.
It's Neil Diamond.
Yeah, this is
Coming
a different
to
song.
America.
Neil Diamond Phillips?
Yeah, sure.
I thought it was
let's-
just Neil
let's-
Diamond.
I don't know. I made that up. Let's move on. We're good with news.
Moving on.
We tried.
Yeah, we're done.
So, is it fair to say that Lindsay Lohan is the new Baba Yaga?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's it.
Who's Baba
That's
Yaga?
right. Isn't that the thing that? What's John Wick's nickname?
It might be
Baba Ganoush.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Ganoush.
It means boogeyman. I know that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Lindsay Lohan. If you saw Lindsay Lohan show up at your house and you had children, you better beware.
I would bring my rape whistle real quick.
You whip that rape whistle
Yeah,
out.
no, I'd start blowing. No remorse. My lungs would be sore.
Notice Scott would be like, "Yeah, I have guns. I don't care."
I'd be like, no, let her, because
Or
I'll
I'll
just take
stab
her.
her.
I'll just take her down the basement. She'll never find her way out again.
and yeah, exactly. And Noob-Noob's like, "No, I'll get my rape whistle."
Yeah, I fucking...
I mean, while I'm handing her a rape whistle.
You're like, "Sweetheart, you're going in the
Come
basement.
on, let's go to the basement.
The whistle's not gonna
The
help."
whistle's not going to help you. No one's going to hear you.
Oh, wow. That escalated quickly.
So yeah.
or
What's
just
next?
scream
Is that
at her
it?
like, why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Ah, yes.
These are the reviews.
Jesus.
Go back to your home on Baba Yaga Island.
No, that would have literally been a perfect clip because Whore Island was literally where she was at before with her show.
I know, right?
Is
It would
that
have been
what
an awesome
Mykonos
clip
is?
to use.
She was with a bunch of whores on an island, so...
You just
Noob-Noob.
default it to Whore Island.
Noob, do not rub it in that the soundboard is not working.
Yeah, but it's not your fault. I mean,
I mean, the
punching
broken
was your
screen
fault.
is.
That's your fault. But
That's just anger management.
that's.
Yeah, well.
Didn't we know someone named anger management? No, I
What?
don't remember.
Know someone named anger management?
No, that's an inside joke
Okay.
between me and myself.
It's only in your own head.
It's only in my head.
That's so inside.
get that
That's
one.
so inside. It
Not at
never
all.
left your own skull.
Wow.
This is such an inside joke.
Oh my god, this is so funny. These guys. Oh wait, never mind. I never told them.
I've never told anybody.
I never told anybody that joke. Never mind.
Not a soul on earth.
Well, let's...
Oh my
let's.
god, this is
he's
so
going.
funny. Remember that time? Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, never.
That was
No.
only here.
Forget about it.
That was only here in my own skull.
Whoops.
Oh, that was funny though.
It was.
Okay.
So funny.
That's great.
What are we reviewing
Glad
there?
we did that. Really special moment
Should we
there.
start with the Mandalorian?
No, we should start with Don't Fuck with Cats. so
Why do
can
we gotta
end it
start
as
with
quickly?
that? Oh, you just want to get through
Yeah,
that?
because who would make this horrible fucking thing? Why would you lie to me about it and trick me into watching cats getting brutally fucking murdered?
Why don't we talk about how you came upon this show?
You were like, oh, it's about internet memes and shit. And I'm like, oh, I got nothing to do because I sit at home on Friday night and cry alone. So I'm like, let's put this on. And then I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, there's a cat video. 1 boy, 2 kittens.
Did you Google the 1 boy 2 kittens?
No! Why would I Google that?
What an exploitative. This was a documentary on Netflix. It's getting a lot of viral traction, and it's called Don't F with Cats. And yeah, I may have tricked Noob-Noob into watching someone murder cats.
Yeah,
on
multiple cats.
multiple cats.
Multiple cats.
Cat murder.
Why, like,
No, why would you want to kill these such cute kitties?
what?
Well,
Who would
some
put-
people would like to murder cats. The movie.
The movie.
Yeah,
The movie.
that makes sense to murder.
That movie's so bad, I'm not even going to look for music to play since we referenced it.
And speaking of the looking up internet videos, did you guys not watch that clip that I told you to look up? The one with Rebel Wilson
No.
consuming human.
That would have been
No,
more
I didn't look it
pleasurable
up.
than watching actual cats get vacuum sucked to death.
I was going to look it up, but I already broke my computer screen. I didn't need to break my cell phone screen.
Or your eyes.
Which, yeah.
So there's a horrible. What am I looking at here?
Yeah,
I'm
that's,
just putting that in front of the camera.
that's when he
okay.
doesn't drink in the
Busted
morning.
ass screen.
Yeah, he ran out of.
Yeah,
booze.
that's how my year started.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So yeah, cats. That abomination. But this is a different type of abomination.
Yeah.
So what's rule 0 on the internet there, Noob-Noob?
Don't fuck with cats.
Yeah.
Clearly,
so
Luca
some
cum dumpstervich doesn't fucking.
Don't you fuck with me, noob.
Some super sleuths on the internet think they can track down some random jackhole who murdered some cats. The first video he did, he vacuum sucked some cats. The second video he did, he drowned a cat on a pole. And then the third video he did, he fed a cat to a python.
All right.
So these
Fucking.
so they made
I mean,
a
the first
Facebook.
the first two are pretty fucking horrific. The third one's nature.
That's just nature, but
No, why would a cat and a python be in the same room together?
because
cats
and
like
pythons
pythons
have been together, and pythons have eaten cats.
and cats have eaten pythons.
Yeah.
Just like alligators eat cats, or not
Yeah,
alligators,
big cats,
like crocodiles.
Big
and
cats
caiman.
have eaten pythons. You know, leopards and cheetahs and
Caimans.
shit have eaten caimans. Have eaten. You know, that's nature.
It's called nature.
Animals eat animals.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
not when
eat
you
animals.
buy the animals and put them in the room to get murdered.
Well,
I mean, what do you do with mice? You
Yeah.
buy them, and you put them in a tank where they get eaten.
pinkies.
That's also murdered.
No, that's nature.
It's called. You have to feed
If
your
you
snake
don't-
somehow.
If you don't
Murder.
feed it, it dies. That's murder.
Yeah. What would you
Feed it-
rather do? Not feed your snake or feed
Vegetarian, you know, feed
your
it
snake? Vegetarian cats.
feed it basil leaves,
Oh yeah, because that'll be real healthy for them.
some peaches,
So, watch it starve.
I just want to be
raspberries.
clear that I am a mouse, not a cat. I know I sound just like the cat, but that's okay. I'll just ignore that. I want to let you know, Noob-Noob, that I respect and am proud of my duty to die in order to feed a
He's
larger
honored.
animal. I am honored to sacrifice myself to feed a larger species. I
So
am
Noob
proud.
should sacrifice himself to
I am
feed a larger
proud,
species.
Noob-Noob, and I think you should follow my example and feed yourself to a larger animal.
Great.
They just got hippos in the Cannon Aquarium. Go jump in that cage. Feed yourself to a larger species. It's
Yes.
a proud thing to do.
Okay.
Yes. Feed yourself to some hippos there, Noob.
Anyway,
So the whole thing, I don't know, it's strange because it's this Facebook group gets together to track this guy down, and they spend all their time doing this.
yeah, no, like
Not helping, like the police won't listen to them. Everybody's like, you guys are losers. We're not talking to you. And eventually this guy, Luca Magnotta, who's some crazy wannabe model, lured a poor young guy to his
Death.
basically. So he's a serial killer who killed one guy. Big whoop.
That's not a serial killer.
It's not. You could literally go to Chicago and 6 people could be dead in one day. And this one guy dies in Canada and everybody's up in arms about
Philadelphia had his highest murder rate this year.
it. Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't think. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't. Pay
Philadelphia
attention.
has Philadelphia has highest murder rate
busy murdering
in
people.
2019 than it has in like
busy murdering
ever.
horses.
So
Yes.
yeah. So
So they, they make a documentary.
That's murder. One person's not a serial killer.
So they
One
basically,
person is a good start.
The super sleuths don't help solve the crime at all. They just follow it. And what ends up, what's kind of interesting is at the end of it, they blame us. They blame Noob-Noob.
OrkU?
And they blame Scott.
Why?
And they blame me.
Oh.
Because we paid attention to this guy and fed into his sickness.
Well, that
even
is-
though I didn't know who he was, never heard of him before this documentary.
Hell, I
and
didn't
never
even-
watched a cat killing video before.
I didn't even watch the documentary. Noob-Noob fell for that shit. I didn't. I didn't care.
I
Asshole.
tried real hard to trick you guys into watching that, and Noob-Noob fell
I didn't
for
care. I was like, I'm not watching this.
it. Yeah, it's not as graphic as I would have liked.
What?
I would have loved to see more.
They did
like,
actually show. There is like an actual killing video where he supposedly does like the Basic Instinct thing when he kills the poor guy.
I don't care about the guy being
They
killed.
call that a beaver shot.
There is a really, really sad part where he's being interrogated. This kid who did the murder.
Does he like uncross his legs because he's wearing
I
a
swear
skirt?
to God, he smokes a cigarette and crosses and uncrosses his leg, and they compared it to Basic Instinct
And it's like exactly the same.
because they said he was obsessed with Basic Instinct, and his mom, the kid's mom, has a goddamn keychain that he gave her of Basic Instinct. Who has that?
No, that's weird.
It was weird.
I mean, back when it first came out, it was like a groundbreaking movie. I mean,
Yeah, but this
Basic
is like a
Instinct
kid
did a
from
lot
now.
of stuff.
And the murder weapon was apparently a screwdriver painted silver to look like an ice pick. I don't know why you just wouldn't buy an ice pick.
So that was
although-
just an unhealthy addiction to a movie from
I guess
many years ago.
Yeah, but then are they blaming the movie? Or you blaming the internet? Or is he just
they
a sick
could.
puppy?
They could blame the movie. They could blame the internet. They could blame video games. They blame everything but the actual problem, and that's the mental illness.
And the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's good. It's another one of those controversial documentaries. kind of got a kick out of it until the very end when they're like, "This is your fault, and you, and you, and you."
The documentary actually does
Yes.
that. It accuses.
Yes. They literally look at the camera and go, "Is this your fault?"
Well, no, and I mean, and this is why, like, whenever there's like a shooting, a school shooting, or mass shooting, or mall shooting, whatever is going on, they're not naming the suspect anymore. They're not naming the shooter anymore because they see that as
Notoriety,
and people are looking for the recognition. So if your name doesn't go out there, there's no reason for you to do it. It's just a sign of the times. It's just a change in the way things is. It's a new thing with technology. Is it our fault? No. It's, once again,
It's just
not
society.
addressing. It's society and not addressing mental issues like we should be and have not been doing for many years now.
You know what I blame?
What do you blame?
I blame Noob-Noob for starving hippos.
Yes.
Sure.
Hippos
that's-
are starving because there's no Noob-Noobs for them to eat.
Makes a whole lot of sense.
I mean, did people freak out when Baby Yoda ate that frog?
Hell no. People thought it was cute.
Yeah, so
that's true.
The Baby Yoda toys are coming with little frogs for him to eat.
That's right. And that's nature and cute. So
Oh my God. Can we stop talking about this?
that
cat
was your
video thing?
transition, stupid.
Great. Oh, the Mandalorian. Yes.
Oh,
that ended.
yeah.
Baby Yoda, the Baby Yoda show, the Baby Yodelin.
The baby yodeling.
Season 1 has ended.
Yes,
And,
we have completed the mission.
Yeah. And
This
now-
is the way.
8 episodes?
This is the way.
No,
This is the way.
the smart way to watch this is to never have to pay for Disney Plus. Wait for all 8 episodes to be done like I did. Free trial. You can binge watch this shit in a day and be done with it.
I have heard that there has been a mass exodus of subscriptions because there's nothing else to watch.
Unless
they have
you have
nothing
like
new.
children and like Disney movies.
Correct. So
Although Disney Plus, of all these streaming services, I can say Disney Plus is worth it.
it has an impressive back catalog if you're cool with watching not new content. But they're making a serious mistake by not having new content ready.
But they have a ton of new content on the way. They do have that lined up.
Yeah, but even DC streaming.
The world according to Jeff Goldblum.
It's good, but that's
Awesome.
not a Disney show. That's Nat Geo.
That's not Geo, but you get it through the Disney Plus app.
But my point is more so that like DC streaming has never not had a new show ready to stream when one ended. Even when they truncated Swamp Thing, they had something else.
They are,
lined up.
and right now Harley Quinn, the cartoon, is actually really
going,
good.
and it's
DC
good.
Plus, super adult app, by the way. There's nothing kid friendly on that
No.
app at all. A couple of the old cartoons.
Most of them are not
The only
kid
issue I have with the DCU app is I gotta turn this down because this isn't my normal computer. They're not adjusting the movies or the series or the other stuff, the other content in there. There is other stuff in the movie universe and the DC universe. They could be bringing up movies and shows and stuff like that, but they're kind of stale on that. The only new thing that's been on DCU for a while is Harley Quinn.
But what I'm saying is, like, as far as having a new show ready to drop so people don't unsubscribe, they've been doing, like, even DC streaming, which is probably one of the lowest of all the streaming services, has a show ready so that people don't unsubscribe. Disney Plus was not prepared. Once The Mandalorian was over, there's nothing to watch. There's no Marvel shows. There's no Star Wars shows. Like, there's nothing. What are they waiting for? So I think their strategy is a little...
They're also losing shows too now, or they lost a couple movies as well.
I heard that too.
Actually, I did have a list
of things that lost.
the movies
Home
that they
Alone 2.
lost.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They lost Home Alone and
Home Alone 2 and 3, 1 and 2, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, so season 1, the tomato meter and the critic and the audience score are both very high. Tomato meter 94%. Ooh. Audience score 93%.
Can
And
you
that's
see how
very
many?
different, because remember how a lot of people were complaining that they weren't doing a constant storyline throughout all the episodes? People were complaining that 3, 4, and 5 were their own standalones.
But that's why that whole the week, we were reviewing it weekly, and Noob-Noob binged it. Did you feel like it culminated in a story, or were you like, these episodes are too standalone? Because you watched it differently than we did.
I mean, it was basically all irrelevant until the end, where they like kind of tie it up.
But did that bother you, or did you feel like it was building towards
No,
something?
because there's Baby Yoda. So I was like, ooh, he's cute.
You see what I'm saying, though? Because here we're reviewing it weekly.
Wasn't building up to anything until the end.
Okay, the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So did you feel like the middle episodes were just filler?
Yeah, they're just standalone.
But did you think they were like people were really not happy with some of those like
They're good
middling
episodes. They just don't serve an overall purpose.
Okay, so it didn't bother you, is what you're saying? Because
No.
when we were reviewing
is that going to stop you from coming back for season 2?
No.
All right.
I'm ready for. I'm
ready for
on
season 2.
Season 2.
Absolutely.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt. Well, maybe the last episode was directed by Taika Waititi, who also did the voice for IG-11. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
They definitely they closed it out. They closed it out strong, and definitely like I want to come back for the next one.
And it's interesting too. I know we've been kind of spoiling it anyway, but they do make a connection to the Clone Wars and Rebels. And no, you don't have to go watch those. It's not that relevant. People were complaining on the internet like, "Oh, I guess I gotta watch Rebels and Clone Wars now to understand what's going on." No, you don't.
You
It's
really
just
don't.
a thing. You don't have to worry about it.
There are some things where if you did watch them, you're like, oh, that's kind of
enhance it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. But you don't have to. They did the one episode that they had the 4 or 5 other bounty hunters come in, where they had what's his name come in? The comedian Bob.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. They had him come in, and
was one of the best episodes.
And a couple of those characters were from the horn guy was from A New Hope. He was in
the bar.
He was in the bar in A New Hope.
Well, we don't know if it's the same character.
It's not
but
the same. It's the same species. So they brought him back from that. The one with the long tendrils in her hair. There was one of them in Jabba's palace. There was another one of them in the bar as well. Twi'leks, whatever they're called. So there was a couple cool throwbacks, but you don't have to see it to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, to me, they're just like nice little Easter egg thing. Just like the Mandalorian's race was wiped out by some of those battle droids.
Yeah.
Those are from the old Senate one or whatever. What do you call that?
The
prequels.
Yeah, the Attack of the Clones.
Does it give you the Mando is not his name? His name is not a racial slur, which I thought was always weird. He has an actual name.
He has an actual name. I still
Jin Djarin,
is it? Yeah.
Open the Djarin. Gin in the Jarro.
Gin, bobin, banana, fana, fulfin.
No, whiskey in the jar. That's what I was going for.
Whiskey in the jar.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Whiskey in the Jarro. That's a
Whiskey
Metallica
in the
reference.
Jarro.
Who was it?
Oh yeah.
Where's that original? Who wrote that original song?
Originally it was.
The
don't
Metallica
remember.
one's better. So
Yes,
that's all that
it is.
matters.
The original version is fun, but I do prefer the Metallica versions.
Yes.
They just need more dark sabers.
Yes. Way to
That
spoil
was a
things.
dark saber, right?
That was my reference.
Yes,
As
that was
the item.
and that's a Mandalorian thing. Is the dark saber?
I still
Yes.
don't understand how that works.
What?
Like, I want to know that how does that? Because we understand how lightsabers work. It's a power crystal.
Yeah. So, okay, I could do this. Like, if you ever played Knights of the Old Republic
I
or
only
any of the other old
I do
stuff?
remember dark sabers from Star Wars Rebels from the cartoons, but I don't remember exactly the backstory of it.
There are some things that I feel like they're linking it to some of the old material where there were not only were there lightsabers, but there were like vibra swords and like kind of like electric swords where instead of it like popping up like a light beam, it just is a sword and you kind of turn it on and it can cut through things like a lightsaber.
Just not as strong.
You can fight someone with a lightsaber, but like a lightsaber is more portable, and a lightsaber takes more skill to make than one of these weapons. These weapons don't take as much skill to wield or make.
Quick side note: Whiskey in the Jar. Who hasn't played it? Thin
Everybody.
Lizzy, Dubliners.
I feel like Thin Lizzy was the original.
Thin Lizzy was the one that we know, but this is an old Irish drinking song that's been done throughout the years. Traditional Irish drinking song.
So nobody owns the copyright.
Nobody owns the copyright, which is why it's able to be done. First
Public
done-
domain.
Public domain. First done by the Dubliners in 1968. Is
So
one
we
of
can
the
cover that song
earliest
now.
recordings. Yeah, Thin
For free.
Lizzy, the Pogues, Metallica,
Okay.
Bryan Adams.
Brian Adams.
Yeah, so a lot of
some
people have
Bryan
done
Adams.
that.
Some whiskey in the jar.
Oh yeah, yeah. Huh.
So we were satisfied with the Baby Yoda show.
Yeah, Baby Yoda.
It's not Baby Yoda, it's the child.
It is very
Or the kid.
There was one super meta moment in this, which I thought was pretty hilarious in the end episode. They talk about, and I do want to correct a couple people. I read I was watching a review on YouTube, and somebody's like, "Oh, they made it the Baby Yoda clan," and I'm like, "No, his emblem
don't
was
you
the
break
Mudhorn. So he had like the rhino horn. Is their new clan emblem?
It's not. So it's a clan of 2. So
Yeah.
that's why. So for those who are confused,
But he said the symbol was a Baby Yoda symbol.
no,
wasn't.
no, it was the horn.
Mudhorn.
It was the Mudhorn, which he now deserved. Originally, he didn't deserve it because he wasn't a pure kill. An enemy had helped him. The what's her character called?
Cara Dune?
Cara Dune. She said, "You have earned your signet," and she gave him the
Oh,
Mudhorn.
you mean the I don't know what her name is. The Mandalorian Smith?
Yeah, the Smith, the blacksmith.
I don't know that she has a name.
I don't know if she has a name, but that's what I was trying to think of. There was the word blacksmith. I couldn't
There.
think of it. There was another word that was used for her as well. Anyway, so she gave him his signet because he finally earned it, because it wasn't a kill from an enemy. It was a kill with your new clan, a clan of 2, which is you and the kid.
And she gave him a backpack, which was a flight pack, which is pretty cool.
A lot of people are also bitching about the baby force choke, which is the
that was
cutest,
awesome.
which is the cutest, sexiest thing ever.
Greatest
But
moment.
Baby Yoda sticks up for his people.
also, no, it's also think of this is because there is that notice that the child can go either light or dark side.
Dude, he straight up murdered stormtroopers.
Depending on how he's raised. So
Yes.
So now I have this suspicion, and I'm wondering if this will be true, if that species, whatever Yoda's race was, whatever his
into the
species was, no, can go light side or dark side just depending on how they're raised.
I think anybody can.
They're all, well, yeah, but they're all force sensitive, but they're just depending on who raises them is whether they're going to be on the good side or the bad side.
Well, he murdered a flame trooper.
He did. He
He
murdered
also
a flame
stopped his
trooper.
people from being murdered by the flame trooper.
I don't know why they were all standing there
Well,
with their guns not
no, I
drawn
think that's
as the flame trooper slow motion walked
were
into
bamboozled.
the room. They're like, "Oh wow, this guy's just slowly walking into the room, slowly raising
Because it's in the script.
They look, yes, because it's in the script.
They were bamboozled.
But the meta moment I was talking about was he goes. The Mandalorian says something like, "So you're telling me that I have to go from I have to fly all over the galaxy to find this kid's home?" He basically just gave you
Yeah.
the plot of season 2.
Pretty much.
He's like, "Oh, so that's what I'm supposed to do," and then takes off. So
They also did do a tease. Remember the little gremlin guys in Jabba's hut, the little Oompa Loompa
Not the
Jabba
Jawas,
walk
right?
pig
you're
looking
talking.
things.
Oh, they did.
They're going to be
the Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, they're going to be prominent in season 2 as well.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't see one of those. Where'd you see one?
I saw this. This was this wasn't in
you
one.
read a story.
But I read a story that he came out and said that they will be a prominent part of season 2.
You think they'll have what do you call that thing?
They're going to hit their home
No,
world or
what's
something like that.
A rancor.
Oh, the Rancor, maybe a Rancor or 2.
that
you
might
know?
be cool.
I mean, why not?
Tay, just have them ride some rancors into battle.
There was only one Rancor. Actually, in the 9 movie part, there was only one Rancor the whole time, right?
That's pretty lame. You would
And
think there'd
the
be
only
more
time
of
that you
those.
saw the Gabagoos was in Jabba's hut as well.
the Gabagoos.
You didn't see them anywhere else either.
That's also the only place you saw Twi'leks, but
Yeah.
maybe that's not true. You might have seen them in the prequels, but as far as I know, there was the dancer who's
No, there was.
virtually topless.
No, there was-
If you go
there
back
was-
and watch Return of the Jedi,
Yeah, she's nude.
she's basically
Why
nude.
wear anything? No, there was also Twi'leks in the bar as well in New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, It was just like a brief.
There
went
were
by.
not enough aliens in the new trilogy.
No,
They, barely did anything.
No, but
with
they did
aliens.
make up for it with that desert scene.
Oh yeah,
Pink
but they
sand, or-
had no like point. And Babu Frick.
Oh, Babu was awesome.
Babu. People are saying that he's cuter. No, he's not.
not
Babu
cuter than
is
Baby
what?
Yoda.
He's the alien in the very beginning.
No,
was
he's the
the one that-
repair dude, the
Yeah.
repair
Oh.
droid guy.
You know the alien in the beginning of Rise of Skywalker is Luke.
the alien?
is Mark Hamill's voice.
Really?
The one in the very beginning that gives him the information and says, "Win the war."
Oh yeah.
that's
That
Mark.
weird
That's
thing.
Mark Hamill.
Oh, the one that has one line.
Yeah,
I know
he has
you're
one
talking
line.
about. Yeah, they're like dropping the pipe down through the thing.
Yeah, they drop down the data cable.
But speaking of, just a side note too, of things that think they're cuter than Baby Yoda but clearly aren't.
Noob-Noob.
Well,
That's one.
Yes.
What's the other one?
Baby Sonic.
Baby effing Sonic. Get the F out of here.
Is that so? But does that mean they fixed the look of the character? Now,
we
when
already
they
talked about that.
So that's
Yeah.
Baby Sonic, but now grown-up Sonic will look proper.
We
Yeah,
already
they
know
fixed
grown-up
that.
Sonic
Good.
looks.
They have a trailer for
Good.
it.
Now I'm
It's
looking
already-
forward to it.
I'm not, because
am.
they decided to shove in. They're like, oh, cute things are cool now. Let's have a Baby Sonic, and it's like, no, thank you. No one asked for that.
It's a genius grab. Actually, I think if cute things are cute now, we should make a baby Noob-Noob.
Ooh.
Yeah, a horrifying bearded young thing like that.
You're right.
Just look at that pillow
You're
and
right.
imagine it in a small child.
I don't
version.
know. What's more horrifying, Scott Beardless or Noob-Noob?
I mean,
Scott's
that
a
is
handsome man. I don't know what
pretty
you're talking
scary,
about.
Without a beard, though?
Yeah,
terrifying,
It's
actually.
not terrifying.
I was reminded that I have 2 chins.
So scruffy.
Yeah.
It's like more like a chin and like a lump.
I was reminded of how much
like a
I
turkey
hate.
neck.
I was reminded how much I hated shaving. I'm never gonna do that again.
Shaving, yes.
I will.
Here's what
never
you
do that
should have
again.
done.
If only someone would help us make sure that our beards were perfect and
I know.
glorious
We
all
could
the time.
we need a
Oh my God.
sponsor, a beard
Yes,
sponsor.
we do
And
need a
actually,
beard
now
sponsor.
that we are going to do this year will be the return of the beard. We should need a beard sponsor to guide us through the return of the
And make
beard.
I just realized this. I now have the best beard.
Oh,
Yes! I am the beard king.
I'll give you a month and I'll still beat you.
I know,
In
right?
about a month? Well,
Yeah, in about a month.
Yeah, maybe.
by end of the month, my beard will be better than yours.
I don't know about
You
that.
should
my
do
beard,
like
my
a,
beard will be better by yours by next week. What are you talking about?
You should do a stop motion, like just beard growth.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that. See what's fun though is everyone asks how long does it take? Well, now we're gonna know.
A week
Yeah.
for Scott. A week to outdo Noob-Noob.
To outdo
1 week.
Noob-Noob 1 week.
You know who looks good with and without a beard? Henry Cavill
He does.
as the Witcher.
He is a handsome.
He's got
handsome
some
man.
sexy scruff.
He doesn't even have that much scruff in this.
Got a little
in
bit
this
of
show.
scruff.
Does
a
he?
little bit. His hair is nice. I do like his hair.
Throw a coin to your Witcher.
That song is ridiculous.
There's nothing that is not ridiculous about this show. It's unseated.
Unwatchable.
It's watchable.
Well, there's a thing to it, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding this show. So here's the fascinating Witcher on Netflix is now, it beat Mandalorian. It is the most popular show behind Stranger Things.
Because it's the only
Ever
thing on
seen.
Netflix right now.
Yeah, but it crushed Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And here's what I
Only
think is...
because there's more subscriptions to Netflix than there are to Disney Plus.
I do believe that. It also has a much larger worldwide audience. China loves the game The Witcher. So The Witcher is based off of some Polish
Short story and novel.
short story and
video
novel.
games.
And then they turn those into video games. Witcher 3 is what, an RPG game or something that's
Yeah, they're
extremely
all
popular.
RPGs.
China loves it. In fact, China is racist for it because
I've never even heard of it before.
they don't understand why
They're good games.
there's non-white characters in it. They're like, this is Poland and they're all white characters in the video game. Why are there non-white characters in the frickin' show? It's funny. It's amazing.
There is no story to The Witcher. That's
Not
the thing.
really, yeah.
There's nothing. There's no source material.
No, there is.
There's
There's a story. It's about a Witcher who can only talk deep like this, travels the land.
He's got a good voice, first
A
off.
monster killer who doesn't actually kill monsters.
He is a monster killer that does not kill monsters.
If he
But they
has
do
to.
explain that. They explain that finally. So here's I'll give you my take because there's a huge disparity on Rotten Tomatoes, and that just happens to be the easiest way to demonstrate why there's a problem with the critics right now.
61% tomato meter and then 93% audience score.
Oh, so it went up. It was actually 57%, but there's a big, giant controversy. There are professional paid critics, and if you know, does anybody here know what Entertainment Weekly is?
Sure, it's a magazine.
Yes. Do you know what a magazine is?
Nope.
No.
That is what you use to
Is that
kill
what you'd
your
put in a
enemies.
gun?
Yes, it is the thing you put in a gun.
So Entertainment Weekly,
Is a
Entertainment
gun.
Weekly is a gun.
It's something to use to kill your
Okay.
enemies with.
So there used to be there's a magazine called Entertainment Weekly. It's part of the Access Media where people, pay to get access. You'd see pictures of like stills from the newest movies and things like that in pre-production. That's all been taken away by the internet, but
I did
it's
not
still a
find much
thing.
entertainment in this.
So Entertainment Weekly had 2 professional reviewers review this, and I don't have their names, but the one woman admitted she didn't even watch the whole series. She watched the first episode, didn't get all the way through it, or got through the first episode and part of the second episode and gave it an F.
Well, that just isn't fair. How can you review my movie without watching any movies?
Then all the other reviews that came out in the top 24 top critics all came out on the same day, where only the advanced media, the professional critics, got 5 episodes. They did not get all 8, but they released their scores the day the full series dropped. So they never finished the show by reviewing it.
Well, that just seems kind of skewed, doesn't it?
It does. So clearly the audience has fallen in love with the show because they continued to watch it to the end, where the Access Media only reviewed the first handful of episodes. They went through, they were like, oh my God, there's so many naked women, and oh my God, this show is so stupid. I don't understand. Henry Cavill's an idiot.
Naked women.
There's not as many as there should be, but it does have.
The main one is naked enough, though.
That is true. She spends one whole episode naked. I don't
and
know if
I'm
you made
like,
it there,
yes,
Scott.
please.
No, I only got 2 episodes in. Actually, I didn't get that much. I got like an episode and a half before I turned it off.
And I don't disagree with you, Scott, because
Oh, I disagree.
the first episode is garbaggio.
It's not that bad.
The second episode was also Garbaggio.
It's also not that bad.
And here's what I think they were trying to do is they were trying to make it complicated like Game of Thrones and talk about, basically they insert you into the world, they start naming off a whole lot of names, whole lot of exposition of things you don't understand, like Geralt of Duralon and Doodalidabada and the Master of Rivelbaba and Hooda and
It really was just a mishmash of made-up shit that made no
people.
sense whatsoever.
So by the time you get to like the 3rd or 4th episode, you start to realize that their timelines are all different. So they're not really in the same timeline at the same time. And then things slowly start to move together, and that's where it starts to get interesting.
Yeah, looking back on hindsight, we probably should have done that in the first episode.
But apparently the fans, what I feel like is they did a pilot. The pilot, nothing that happens in the pilot really even relates to the rest of the story. And
Sorta.
then... not really. It's more the second episode that relates more.
So you're
to the
saying
rest
they
of
could
the
have
story.
actually completely saved this entire series just by putting a subtitle at the bottom of the screen that puts the date?
I could not understand what some of the people were saying either. When in their accents, they were very thick.
Although
and
they
I was like,
they
huh?
did say fuck.
Yes.
They made references to abortions,
Did they?
and he had a music box.
He did.
There was a music box at one point.
Was there? And
Yeah.
That first episode was so bad.
That wasn't. I don't even. I don't know if
that.
that was the first episode or not. But yeah, there was this. There was references to abortions. They said fuck all the time, and the guy had a music box. What year is this?
It's a fan. And that's part of it too. It's high fantasy, and I know you're not the biggest high fantasy fan, and I can get that people have trouble getting.
No,
into
I'm
it.
into fantasy. I have all kinds of fantasies.
No, I know, but not elves. You're not a big fan of elves, right?
I tried it once. It was fun. The ears got caught.
Yeah, you just love dressing up like Sauron and
I mean, depends on what you're wearing under the robe.
the ring. When he thinks of ring, he
it's
thinks
a
of cock
C ring.
Oh, I love
cock
cock
ring.
Not the one ring.
It's
to rule
that
them
one
all.
ring to rule them all. Yes.
Yes, he's talking about a different.
Is my cock ring,
different thing.
which is also made of gold and platinum.
Not
But
precious?
I could see where the audience, and it has like kind of a broad base appeal because
also
there's a lot
glows.
of like drama about like will they, won't they? Is there a love story here?
The
Is there
entire
not?
show is just a family show.
Kind of with murder.
Yes, we are a family show that we murder things and run swords through it.
Yeah, they don't kill a lot of monsters though. He is not much of a monster.
There's a lot of
hunter.
killing in the last episode.
Yeah, there is a lot of killing.
There's the trick. You don't have to actually kill monsters to call yourself a monster killer. That's the
because
secret
humans
of the
are
trade.
the real monsters.
I am the monster.
If you know anything about the actual story of The Witcher, all it is basically a family show of The Witcher, his love interest, and his adopted child. And then shit just happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff like the law of
So
surprise.
is
like,
that
I'm
the- is that
supposed
the
to
video
know what
game
that
lore?
is.
It's just the lore in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to know what the law of surprise is? Like, I'm going to declare the law of surprise on Noob-Noob for some reason, and he's just going to give me something.
It's instead of a life debt, though.
You ready for the little surprise? Surprise!
That's Scott's law of surprise.
Oh, I've never clenched and opened my ass so fast.
You were like, am I going to get an exam here?
Surprise!
Oh, boy.
I think if Henry Cavill wasn't in this,
Surprise!
though, I don't think the show would be as popular, which is also makes me think that
I
DC's
definitely
making
did bring a lot to the show.
a giant mistake by, you have this really compelling actor who's now on the biggest show on television, right? And this dude could have been your Superman for the next 5 or 6 years, for whatever you wanted to do with this guy. But because you effed up Justice League and you got scared, you're not using this guy. Because he had a huge year last year. He was huge in Fallout. People loved his performance in Mission Impossible Fallout, right?
It's just weird.
There's a big deal.
It was just weird watching Henry Cavill do Superman faces with a white wig.
I liked him. I don't know. His weird contacts, like, it all just kind of worked for me.
I love how
His
he's just
wig
like,
is awful, but
Definitely one of the things in the first episode that threw me off was the voice that he used the entire time.
Just uses a gravelly British voice.
I agree with you,
It
but
gets
as you
old
get used to
real
it and you
fast.
get used to his timing and his jokes, it works. I found him to be very charming. And,
I hope
that
so.
girl Yennefer, she was great too. I just thought she was fantastic.
I'll just take your word
Looks
for it.
great, too.
She also looks great. See, you didn't get past the part
Where she's a hunchback.
Spoiler: she's a hunchback. You didn't get to the part where she gets hot.
She gets real hot.
She gets real
Well,
hot.
that's just hunchist.
Nope.
That's racism against hunchbacks.
I mean, she was still pretty hot naked as a hunchback. She gets much
She
hotter.
had a pretty hot body for a hunchback.
see.
But when she becomes a non-hunchback, she steps it up a couple levels.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So you're just gonna lay her out just to her look? She has to get surgery and fix her flaws.
That's what she
in order to be a
does.
beautiful
Literally
person.
what happens.
Literally
That's
what happens
so
in the
shallow
show.
of you. I can't believe you would stoop that low.
She's the one who's shallow.
She's
because
the one
she
who did
literally
it.
does that.
She literally, that's what she does in the show. She wants to be good looking, so she makes herself good looking.
She does
And then
look a hell of
she
a lot
becomes
better
like-
after she gets rid of the hump.
You're telling me.
Like, she's sort
it
of
is
a bitch.
pretty shallow. Oh yeah, she's
But
kind
not
of a bitch.
also. She's like sometimes a bitch, sometimes she's not.
She's mostly a bitch.
Mostly a bitch, yes.
Yes, it's interesting.
But she's hot enough to pull it off.
Yeah, she's hot enough for you to be like, I'll tolerate that bitch.
Yeah.
When they took the hump off, do you think they could have like repurposed this as like a sex toy? Like one of those, like, asses you put on the bed, you just hump?
No, what I think they did is they used it as ass implants.
Ah, yes.
Oh, she doesn't.
And maybe, well, she didn't need a boob job, but
No.
as a hunchback, I don't know. They feel like they put a hump on her and they made her hold a walnut in her mouth and she's a hunchback.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how you make
It
a hunchback.
basically looks like Chris Brown got a hold of her and like
I
abused
mean,
her.
honestly, actually, you don't even need the walnut. You just need the hunch to give a hunchback.
Yeah. The CGI was
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It was
a
almost
Netflix
movie
show.
quality.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to do CGI when you don't actually have the monsters.
That is
There was cool-
there was a handful of monsters. He didn't kill any of them.
He killed the skeleton people.
He did kill some skeleton people,
Yeah.
but
That
he
is
didn't
how-
kill
that
that
is-
many monsters.
That is
No,
how I
he
made
just
my
didn't
name
like to
as a
kill
monster
unless he
hunter.
had to.
Well, his mommy always taught him that it was what was the phrase she used? Let live.
Kill him twice, shame on you. Kill him 3 times, shame on me.
Live or let live or something like that,
Something,
or
yeah,
only
I
kill
forget.
if you have to. Some weird like.
You only die once.
He has a code, and he like lives by his code.
Pretty much.
That the thing I don't get is that why that song, the songs at the end of this show are the most horrific songs ever, and that the Throw a Coin to Your Witcher is not a great song.
It's catchy.
Is it though?
Not really.
Throw a coin to your Witcher.
Going
Plenty,
to you,
a
Witcher.
horn of plenty. Can you play that song again?
I do
for
like
us?
the bard. The bard's kind of cool.
He's kind of a scene stealer for sure. He has some funny parts, and they seem to mix up like all this folklore is kind of interesting. But again, there's no real plot. I guess there's like bad people, and then there's I guess the Witcher's good. He's not really. He's a Witcher with the heart of gold.
Pretty much. He's just a witcher with a code. That's all he is. He's basically Dexter, but a witcher.
You're correct.
Yeah.
He is Dexter, but a Witcher. And his powers are whatever the story needs them to be.
Yeah, he's strong with the Force sometimes.
Sometimes he has the Force.
He's got samurai blade
he's
skills.
blowing stuff up. Sometimes he's pushing people away. There was a porcupine man, which I was like,
that was interesting.
What? Why is there a porcupine
I
man?
wonder if his dick's prickly.
I don't know. Scott didn't get to that part.
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Did you? You didn't see the porcupine man, huh?
I did not see the porcupine man. Did he have a barbed penis?
That's exactly what Noob-Noob is curious about. And I guess he's playing the lute.
He's got a nice young boyish charm to him.
Henry Cavill or the?
No, well, Henry Cavill's a man.
He's a man.
This one's got that boyish charm. Like, is he underage? Is he not? Let's find out
He's
together.
definitely not underage, but
Well-
he does have a boyish charm. Valley of Plenty.
So toss a coin to your Witcher, O Valley of Plenty.
Put the elf on the shelf.
Which is basically like, pay us to do shit, please.
Please pay us.
Because that's all the show is. He just goes around getting paid to not kill monsters.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically, the bard becomes his manager and is like, "I'll take 10% of your cut.
Yeah.
I'll sing songs about you. And more people will hire you to
Oh, there
not
it is.
kill
He
things."
thrusts every elf far back on the shelf,
There you go. I knew it. He said the elf on the shelf.
Oh, shit.
high up on the
I was
mountain
right.
from whence it came.
I had notes that said that he said something about putting the elf on the shelf, and he thrusts that elf far back on its shelf. There's a ton of stuff that doesn't pay off in the show either, like the elves that let him go and the.
Well, that's because it kind of
The
ends
dragon
in
thing
a way
and
where
the-
it's continuing. It needs to
Yeah.
be continued.
By the end,
It needs
I
to
liked
be
it.
ended.
I don't think it's great. Maybe it'll get better,
It's pretty good.
but the disparity between the critics and the audience is fascinating.
So you're
'cause they're
saying
not
I have to
really reviewing it.
suffer through this whole thing?
Dude,
I think by
once
the
you
end
see
you
her
might
tits,
like
you'll
it.
be like, this is
yeah,
worth it.
once you see one entire episode of her topless, you'll be like, okay, I can live with it.
Or I can just go to Pornhub.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah, but she's
satisfying when it's a
acting.
yeah.
And there's like,
Oh, they act on Pornhub too. Don't fool yourself.
not like this. She's like casting spells, and she's got things on her tummy.
They do that too. They
got
get
tattoos that look
they get,
pretty
Not
good.
with this level.
They get plenty of stuff on their tummies on Pornhub.
Pretty
Trust me.
Not with this level of CGI.
She's got pretty good stomach tattoos.
that disappear. They're
They
not
get stomach
real.
tattooed
No,
all the
but they
time.
looked pretty hot when they were on there.
I stomach tattooed
It looks
myself
like
last
she
night.
drew a jar on herself.
And that's a hot jar.
That's hot. That's a hot jar.
Get some hot
huh?
cider in those jars.
Put some cider in those jars. And what about her turning her friends into eels? That was
Well, that was kind of fucked up.
yeah.
But she's got purple eyes, and that's cute.
No, that is true. She has purple eyes.
I don't think she's panda level cute yet, but
Purple
she can get
nurple.
there.
Really?
Yeah, she can get there.
Really? So you're trying to compare a trash panda to a hot sorceress?
Yeah.
Yeah, those do not. You were clearly on crack. Or you've got
Which
the
means we'll have to wire his jaw
Papa-
shut.
Yes.
Papua New Guinea tickle shits.
Yeah, probably that.
Where it just tickles your bunghole.
I love my bumhole tickle.
So you will watch a season 2?
Oh yeah. for
Yeah,
sure.
I might as well watch a season 2. I just think the pilot set it off on the wrong path.
I can't believe I had to suffer through season 1 to get to season 2.
Well, you don't have to. In fact, you literally don't, because there's no real plot. You could just watch season 2 if it's better and be like, yeah, this is cool.
Cool.
And if I remember correctly as well, people didn't really like Game of Thrones when it first started either. Like, that wasn't like an instant hit. People were like, what the
Well, no.
fudge?
First season, and they're like, you killed the main fucking character.
That's the only reason why people were like, oh my God, this is crazy. By the way, if you're not one of the 3 main characters of The Witcher, you're going to die.
Pretty much.
Although it is weird because the way the time things go, like anybody who ever talks to that's not a main character, you're all dead.
I don't know how
you're
you
all dead.
motherfuckers age in this show either. They gotta have like a explanation of
They're
aging.
all freaking magic.
Well,
So
isn't
none of
that
them
the,
age.
isn't that the worst part? Is that it jumps from time to time, but doesn't tell you what freaking time frame you're in at
They
the time.
give you hints though as you watch it.
You
that
figure it
can
out eventually.
You'll figure it
Oh
out.
Christ!
Yeah.
Means you gotta think, Scott. I know that's hard.
I don't want to.
Oh, it's very difficult.
It's one more damn thing to screw up 2020.
Oh
for
my
me.
god.
So I guess on that dour note, do we have anything else we need to talk about?
Oh, later this month, the Dragon Ball Z game comes out.
Oh, you.
Nah, he doesn't-
Oh God! No, God, please, no! No!
Almost forgot.
Oh, you sack of.
But that
garbage.
actually is news because that does come out.
Does he fight One Punch Man and lose?
No.
Then I don't care.
We're gonna have another one of those greatest reviews of all time with Noob-Noob when that comes out.
Oh, I
I'm gonna
can't
review
wait
the
for him
shit
to
out of that.
review that. I just cannot wait.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Kakarot.
It's Kakarot, but I said Kakarot.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't it, though?
Aren't there trash pandas on that too?
No. I would love to play that with a trash panda.
So, if you like what I heard here this week, head on over to Instagram at ork_u. That's ORK_u. And join in the fun there. Head on over to YouTube and check us out. Just search Our Reviews Will Kill You for all of our video and content. Check out our Facebook.com/Our Reviews Will Kill You to join the Ork University and get more content there, because it seems like we are toned down with content.
We're what? We have a lot of content. Is that what you were saying, Dan?
Yes, we're toned down.
I don't know what that is. Is that English?
With tons of content.
Okay.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And as it was last year, so shall it be this year that Our Reviews Will Kill You is brought to you for free.
Still free
Thanks
after all these years.
Our friends over at SWKY.com, filled with content, and the store where you can still buy the fancy Noob-Noob pillow. And a couple new shirts have arrived, and
what
some
if we
other
make a
fun stuff.
baby Noob-Noob?
Which, you know what? That's going to be the next thing on the agenda.
I think we can Photoshop a baby Noob-Noob.
After replacing the laptop.
Oh.
I did have a nice mullet when I was younger.
Yeah.
You did what?
I did have a nice mullet when I was younger.
Did you have a beard?
I did not. Had a
I
mullet.
want to see a bearded baby Noob-Noob.
So let's wrap this up so I can drink myself into oblivion.
Yeah,
Let's
there you go.
do
That's
that.
healthy.
So,
Smart.
welcome to the new year. Welcome to 2020. And from all of us here at OrkU to all of y'all at home, we love y'all.
Hey there, Ork Universe. Scott here, telling you to go ahead and click that subscribe video. Make sure you get all the OrkU videos as they're released. Click that like button, give us some love, and go down and comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you loved, and of course, tell us that you hate Noob-Noob. Hey, you may even get an extra surprise and a visit from somebody very special. Naked Scott, what are you doing here? Surprise, I can appear anywhere at any time. Isn't that illegal? Never you mind, Hollywood Scott. I'm here to remind our friends to go over to Scott Will Kill You Productions and go to Legion of Lunacy for more crazy videos. And get more OrkU review videos by clicking on that link right over there. Why am I the one who's covered up? Shouldn't you be censored? You can't censor this, baby. I'm way too sexy.